Okay, here we go. As a preliminary matter, this is Brian Sullivan, Chair of the Affordable Housing Trust. Permit me to confirm that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are here and present and can hear me. Brooke Moore,
Present.
Penny Dye,
Here.
Christy Ferrantella,
Here.
Dave Iverson,
Here.
Rima Sherry,
Here.
Allison Mitchell.
Here.
Staff, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Tucker Holland
Here.
and Ken Bogran.
Here.
Great. I will move down to, let's see, this is an open meeting of the Nantucket Affordable Housing Trust being conducted remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12, 2020, due to the current state of emergency in the Commonwealth due to the outbreak of the COVID-19 virus. In order to mitigate the transmission of COVID-19, we have been advised and directed by the Commonwealth to suspend public gatherings, and as such, the governor's order suspends the requirement for the open meeting law to have all meetings in a publicly accessible physical location. Further, all members of public bodies are allowed and encouraged to participate remotely. The order, which you can find posted with the agenda materials for this meeting, allows public bodies to meet entirely remotely so long as reasonable public access is afforded so that the public can follow along with the deliberations of the meeting. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. This meeting will feature public comment to those members of the public that have joined the meeting via Zoom. For this meeting, the Nantucket Affordable Housing Trust is convening by video conference via the Zoom app is posted on the town's website, identifying how the public may join. Please note this meeting is being recorded and that all attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other folks may be able to see you and take care not to screen share your computer. Anything you broadcast may be captured by the recording. All supporting materials that have been provided members of this body are available on the town's website unless otherwise noted. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda unless the chair notes otherwise. We are now turning to the first item on the agenda for this public meeting, but before we do so, permit me to cover some ground rules for effective and clear conduct of our business to ensure accurate minutes. The chair will introduce each speaker. After they conclude their remarks, the chair will work through the members of the board. Please hold until your name is called. Please remember to mute your phone or your computer when not speaking. Remember to speak clearly. For any response, please wait till the chair yields the floor to you and state your name before speaking. If members wish to engage with other members, please do so through the chair taking care to identify yourself. After the members and panelists have spoken, the chair will afford public comment to the members of the public that have joined the meeting via Zoom. Members of the public who wish to speak must state their names and be acknowledged by the chair. With that, we'll move to the first item on the agenda. Is an approval of the agenda. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Penny and seconded by Brooke. By roll call, Brooke Moore,
Aye.
Rima Sherry,
Aye.
Allison Mitchell,
Aye.
Dave Iverson,
Aye.
and Christy Ferrantella,
Aye.
and Penny Dye.
Aye.
Lastly, Brian Sullivan's an aye. Item number 3 is our discussion of closing cost assistance application. Tucker, I'm going to open to you to explain to the board the status and situation, and then if you want to.
Sure. Thanks very much, Mr. Chairman. So the board will recall that we had a discussion at a recent meeting about the possible expansion of the closing cost assistance program and also how it might work in situations where there are actually 2 closings in conjunction with both a land acquisition and then the construction of the home. So the Steels, who are here today, along with Lauren Ark from Cape Cod 5, you all recall were approved last fall in October for closing cost assistance. And that was originally associated with the closing on the land. So in that case, they were only able, if you will, to utilize roughly 4,000 of the 15,000 that is normally approved for closing costs. So what is really, the main subject of discussion today is that they now, and very excitedly, are in position to close on the actual construction of the home, which of course is, getting people into homes is the intent of this program. So really, they're kind of before us today, wanting to be able to utilize that remaining approximately $11,000 toward applicable closing costs that are in fact on their loan estimate and the closing disclosure for this second phase of the closing. So really, they're not asking for anything different than what we normally do, except they're kind of coming in a sense in two parts versus one part. So what we would like to do today is to have your approval that the balance of the original closing cost authorization could be used toward these closing costs that do appear on both the loan estimate and closing disclosure in conjunction with this construction loan. And then at a separate occasion where Eleanor, frankly, can join us for the discussion, we might have further conversation about how we may modify or expand or tweak the closing cost program in general. But we don't really want to get into that part today. We're really focused on this, in my opinion, rather simple request from the Steeles. And I will ask if Laura or her husband or Lauren would like to add anything to that. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Tucker. Would any one of the three of you like to say anything? Or great,
Sure.
Laura, the floor is yours. If you announce your full name.
Thanks. Yeah, I appreciate, I can't say how grateful we are that you are even just having a special meeting to discuss this case today. We've been in my employer housing for the past 14 years since we moved here year round, and we've been wanting to be housing independent, for a while. And the only way that we saw a path to do that is through the covenant program. And to be able to put up a covenant, to buy the covenant property, and then we're putting up a modular through Dreamline. That's supposed to be delivered on the 27th of April. So, and we're supposed to close on Monday. So all this is happening very fast. So again, I really appreciate you making a special meeting for this, but having assistance with the closing costs, which are estimated at about $11,000, would be huge for us, because we have a little slush fund, but that slush fund is probably going to be taken up completely with the gap between what we get from the loan and the actual cost of building a house on Nantucket. So to get some help with this closing assistance would make this not so scary for us. So.
Great. Thank you, Laura. Lauren or Brian, don't feel that you have to. I just want to give you the opportunity. Go ahead,
Hi,
Lauren.
I'm Lauren Ard. I work for Cape Cod 5, and I'm assisting Lauren Brian. I wouldn't, I obviously support this request very much, but in a more broad sense. Laura and Brian are not unlike a lot of other borrowers I am seeing currently. Given the market conditions, they are unable to find the inventory that would allow them to buy a freestanding structure and therefore capture the full use and benefit of the closing cost assistance. So these buyers are fronting a 25% down payment on land, which, as we can all appreciate, even at a lower purchase price, is still quite a large sum of money. And then oftentimes the closing costs on land is significantly lower than a freestanding structure, and therefore they're capturing less of that benefit. And so when I was approached by Julie, their attorney, with this sort of thought process, the bank, from our side of it, was very supportive. And I can just attest to the fact that not only the Steeles, but other borrowers are presented with the same hiccup or hurdle, if you will, that there is support on that first set of closing costs, but that second refinance that unfortunately they just couldn't do at the time of purchase due to things like not having plans and specs, not having, knowing where you can put the property on the land, et cetera, going through HDC. They're just not given that opportunity. So that's sort of the general side of our thoughts. So we're very much in support of it. And if you have any questions, just feel free to let me know.
Great. Thank you, Lauren. I see Rima from the board. Brian, Rima, hang on one second. Rima. Brian, do you want to take an opportunity, or you good? Jake, yes, no?
Hi, Brian Steele. I'm perfectly happy to, back up what my wife just said. Thank you very much for the opportunity. We appreciate any and all assistance that would come our way. Building a house has definitely been kind of daunting, but we've come across some really great people who have been very willing to help us, and you guys are certainly no exception. So I just reiterate what Laura says. So thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you, Brian. Rima, now I'll go to the board questions or comments. Rima?
Yeah, is this a construction loan that converts to regular mortgage when the construction's complete?
We're going
Yes.
to direct that to Lauren.
Yes,
Okay, great. 'Cause
this
I
is a
think-
one-time closed construction on the construction piece exclusively. The land acquisition, not counting into that one-time
Right,
close.
right. But then the mortgage rolls into a regular mortgage after the construction's complete.
Absolutely, yes.
Good, thanks.
Brooke?
So I would say that without a doubt, the intention of this program is to help people get into houses. And the idea that someone becomes impoverished and uses every last dollar to become a homeowner is part of the reason we created this program, so that people don't have to do that, because it's not financially viable for families. And so clearly, because this is a two-part transaction, it's clear to me that the intention all along was to get them in a home. And I have zero issue with this, and I'm glad that you all brought it to us. And I think it's a change to our program that we can codify, and we can certainly address it today. And I'm prepared to make a motion if fellow
just-
board members. Yeah.
Let me just see if, does anybody have any other questions or comments? Penny?
Yeah, just very quickly, I just would like to go on the record as thanking Julie Fitzgerald for bringing this to our attention. I think this is clearly one of those unintended consequences. And if people are going the route of vacant land and construction, they shouldn't be penalized. So if Brooke makes that motion, I'll second it.
One more call for any comments or questions? Seeing none, Brooke?
So my motion will be that the closing cost assistance application be extended to include this second closing and construction loan up to a total of $15,000 for both closing costs.
Second.
Both.
Now that we've heard it, I think I heard Penny second it. Is that correct? Great.
Yes.
Record. Vote by roll call. Rima Sherry,
Aye.
Brooke Moore,
Aye.
Dave Iverson,
Aye, and welcome to the neighborhood.
Penny Dye,
Aye.
Allison Mitchell,
Aye.
Christy Ferrantella,
Aye.
and Brian Sullivan, aye. Thank you guys for bringing this back to us. We're glad we were able to come together in time. So
I just want to say thank you guys, because I don't even really think that you guys realize what an impact this will have for more than for the Steels, but not only for the Steels, but for so many right now in this situation. And also I would agree with Penny that a big kudos goes to Julie Fitzgerald.
Thank you so much. I'm a little emotional right now.
Congratulations, you
We
guys.
are too.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So what is the next step? Is there anything else that you need from us in terms of, do we need to do another formal application, or what is the process then?
No, we've slipped this in under the original, so it's just processing the payment. Now, it won't be there for Monday, as we've discussed, but the funds will come on the next available warrant.
Okay.
I don't know if we need a motion for me to sign a subordination agreement on this new closing or not, or will that come back later?
I think we
Well,
want one.
we already have authorized the original subordination to
Okay.
the 4,000. And this will be a new or enhanced lien.
Okay, so can I, just to cover T's and I's, can I get a motion to be authorized to sign a new subordination if it's put in front of me?
I'll
Sign
make the motion.
anything that is required.
I'll make the motion to authorize the chair to sign anything on behalf of the Affordable Housing Trust Fund that is required to modify this grant. or whatever you want to call it.
Second.
Okay, so there's a second by Christie, motion from Penny, by roll call, Rima Sherry,
Aye.
Brooke Moore,
Aye.
Dave Iverson,
Aye.
Penny Dye,
Aye.
Allison Mitchell,
Aye.
Christy Ferrantella,
Aye.
and Brian Sullivan's an aye. Okay, there we go. Now we don't need another meeting. We'll be available to you as you need us, Steele family.
Thank you so much.
Totally. We're happy to help and
Yeah.
excited to see you guys get squared away.
Thank you. I guess so just to clarify for the process, we'll close on Monday as planned, and then check goes to Julie. What?
The monies are typically wired to the closing attorney's account.
Okay. Great. Okay. Wow. Thank you. We are so very grateful, and I really appreciate the efforts to, again, have this kind of special meeting and really see what we're going through. So thank you.
Yes, thank you. very
Thank
much.
you.
Tucker, it's my impression we'll close that item for now and then carry it to a future meeting when Eleanor is back to work through any modifications in general.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so is there other business? Item number 4 on the agenda. Seeing none, I'll close other business. Item 5, public comment. The only other member I see is Ann. Do you have anything?
No, thank you.
Great. Are there any board comments? Go ahead, Brooke.
I just want everyone to know that our video project is well underway. The filmings are happening, and the editing has begun. So I'm really excited about how it's turning out. So I just want to share that good news.
Awesome. Seeing no other hands, we'll move to item number 7. Who wants to take on this motion?
I move that we close the open session to move to executive session in order to consider, oh my God, hang on. I shouldn't have started it without.
Consider the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property where an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the negotiating position of a public body.
Exactly that.
Um,
That's my motion.
That means we go, right? So thank you guys.
Yes, you guys can go.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank
I heard
you,
somebody
thank you.
Congratulations.
Have fun with your house set.
Thank you. Thank you.
say, somebody said second.
I seconded, Christy.
Okay, Christy seconded by roll call. Rima Sherry. Take your time.
I was trying to find the exec session numbers link, and
Oh.
so I couldn't see you. Aye.
Gotcha. Brooke Moore,
Aye.
Dave Iverson,
Aye.
Penny Dye,
Aye.
Allison Mitchell,
Aye.
Christy Ferrantella,
Aye.
and Brian Sullivan is an aye. So log off and we'll log back in.
If I
Okay.
can find it.
Tucker, did you send an email with that?
You got a calendar invite with the link.
Okay, I'll find it.
I can resend too.
Okay, thanks. All right.